Hi, I'm Erik Linask. I'm here in San Jose, California in today's TMC newsroom. And it's my pleasure to be talking to Bruce Clarke today. Bruce is the VP of Technical Marketing Support at iTurbine. Bruce, thank you for joining me and welcome.
Thank you very much. Glad to be here.
So who is iTurbine and what do you do?
So iTurbine is a software startup, about 18, 20 months old, formed here in Silicon Valley with the idea in mind of solving the problem a lot of customers are running into with their virtualized compute environments. A lot of them are seeing difficulties in getting the good performance and therefore, because of the lack of performance, the good cost savings that they strive to get from their overall virtualized infrastructures. And the solution that we set out to develop was designed to address exactly that.
So not only the efficiencies that they strive to achieve, but those that I think they'll go along with the promise of virtualization.
Exactly. So the promise of virtualization was that we had to get better utilization out of the CPUs. Intel was doing a great job, and AMD were doing a great job of supplying fantastically powered CPUs and compute resources to the extent that a single application on one of them was having difficulty getting full utilization. VMware and some of the other hypervising solutions out there were introduced into the market to address that and gave the customer base a great opportunity to derive significant savings in those terms, but there was a piece of the solution that was lacking. Way too often, customers, in order to get good benefit from that, were taking the savings they were realizing from virtualization and having to reinvest them back into extended storage solutions to keep up with the appetite those CPUs had for I/O. So the overall solution that iTurbine set out to develop was to address specifically that problem. How can we give, in essence, more oxygen to those CPUs to get more work done in a very, very efficient way? CPUs have been scaling up, memory's been scaling up, but the performance of disk drives has been holding steady. Way too often, customers were having to put more disk drives into the storage solution than were required for capacity reasons. They needed them just simply to feed the CPUs with enough data to keep them running. iTurbine was formed to develop a software-only solution that allows that problem to be solved using this new emerging technology called Flash. So a lot of solutions exist in the market. Your cell phone, iPads, everything uses Flash memory technology these days. It's slowly working its way into the enterprise data centers. And where frequently it's introduced into those data centers is in the form of a disk drive replacement. It's our opinion that that's not the most efficient place for it. We think that really if you can push the benefits of Flash further up in the stack and get them right next to the application, you can get even greater benefits. So that's the software solution that iTurbine provides.
What differentiates iTurbine from other, virtualization optimization solutions?
In particular, there's a couple of significant differentiations. Probably the most important one is the fact that most of our software, most of our technology actually runs up in the guest operating system. So it installs right where the IOs are being generated, very, very close to the applications. And by being that close, we have a lot of really good contextual knowledge about why the IO was generated, whether or not it can be effectively redirected to a locally attached flash device, and derive great benefit from that knowledge and pass it all the way through the entire IO substructure as well. So we get great performance benefit by putting it in the guest, and now we can also, in essence, virtualize across a number of guests the access to this still relatively expensive flash device that we're going to deploy into this solution.
Are you in live deployments?
We are right now in the late stages of beta. We expect to release the product early this fall to general availability. By the way, we are looking for additional beta sites, so if anyone listening to this is interested in learning more, we'd love to consider working with them to add them to the beta program. But that's the overall schedule right now. The current implementation that we have will accelerate environments that involve Windows 2008 as a guest operating system within the virtual machine. The hypervisor we currently support is VMware, ESX, ESXi, in any of its 4.x flavors. So any customers that have those kinds of deployments, we believe we have a solution that allows them to accelerate the performance, and by accelerating the performance, they're going to get more benefit out of their virtualized environment. They potentially can save money on their primary storage because now they're not over deploying capacity simply for the purposes of I/O, and thereby reduce footprints in data centers, costs in power and air conditioning, derive a number of additional benefits.
So for anyone out there interested in taking Bruce up on this, on the offer for additional beta testing, you can find contact information in more detail at www.ioturbine.com. Bruce, thank you so much for joining me.
Very good. Thank you very much.